Hello guys, it's Zed again with another non-EM. Today I've got AZ10 that I've been using for last 2 weeks out and about. So I can tell you what's the difference between the AZ09 or AZ09 Pro. So that's the 09 and that's number 10. Right, charging cases. Exactly the same. That didn't change at all. Or as you see, I'm still using my magnetic and my portable, the one that I'm using on the portable. This one's hooked up to my USB at PC constantly because that's being used with a PC. Anyway, codec wise, both support the standard sound, Bluetooth sound, and both support AAC, which is better, but AZ09 supports aptX. Qualcomm aptX. I cannot really pronounce the correct pronouncement of that firm, but that's a win for this one. So if your phone Bluetooth sender or your PC supports aptX, get this one. Simple as that, because this one supports higher resolution transmission over Bluetooth. So that's good if you got higher resolution files above the typical 16-bit 44 kilohertz. That's gonna do it better. If it goes for connectivity itself, both I got no problems with jogging with them with a phone in my pocket. Connection is very stable. Distance, I would say, from my PC, both lose connection somewhere around my toilet. So I would say the distance of both of them is the same. Both of them last around 6 hours. If you activate high performance mode of both, you're cutting 20% of battery life, so that cuts it down to, let's say, 4.5 hours of high volume listening. Now let's open the units, charging cases, whatever you call it, and see what's different inside. This way, that way. Right, boom. Starts pairing. Starts pairing. If it goes for pairing, both are same quality of connectivity. As you see, there is some design differences. If it goes for hooks themselves, exactly same silicone, very nice in touch. But as you can see here, the buttons on the old 09 are like smaller. I would say the buttons on the 09 are harder to feel if you got gloves on. So if you're jogging around with gloves, you can feel the button better on a new version, the AZ10. Other difference is if you press a button on AZ10, you can hear like a beep sound, so which informs you that you actually pressed the button. Quite handy, because here you can press it and you're like, has I pressed it once? Has it connected? Has it received the data that you pressed the button? So that's a big upgrade in my case, because I'm using gloves when I'm jogging. Besides that, you can see this nice green accent here. So what I like about it, I'm sucker for stuff like this. So if you open it, it looks like it's smiling at you. Ha ha. So that's a good thing, I'd say. Get some sharpness. I'm still using the KZ Pros with the triple win memory foam tips, which I still recommend as best value. Other difference is that both got high performance mode, both got the high gain mode or low gain mode or sound boost mode, or how KZ calls it, the full power mode. So you press the left one 3 times and it activates the full power mode, which I recommend. I don't know how much battery it costs because I'm always using it. I like my bass and music quite loud, so that's the main reason. Other difference, this one got a spatial sound mode. It's a completely new mode that this one doesn't have. It gives you the spatial 3D sort of imagining of a hallway. I'd say it's like mausoleum, don't know, or theater. It's quite spacious. So if you press the right button 3 times to activate high performance mode, then you press it 3 times again, activates spatial mode. And to go back to standard mode, you press it 3 times. This spatial mode I'm not a big fan of, because I'm mostly listening to music. Maybe if you like listening to some speech or whatever, it's not my thing, I can say. It sounds good, nothing special. Definitely not worth getting the version 10 just for that option. It's just not worth it. Now, if I would to recommend one of those two, I would still recommend the AZ09 Pro. Mostly due to the codec and because it's cheaper. I think it's like $10–15 cheaper, about 30% cheaper. Sounds as good or even maybe better. So sound wise, you're basically not. We're going from AZ09 to AZ10. There is no major differences, upgrades. So if you got one, no point of getting another one. I only got one because it's green, so it matches my hair color. Not joking, I'm sucker for stuff like this. So in general, I can recommend the AZ09 Pro for people that don't need extra clicky sounds and stuff like that, and a bit cheaper, connectivity wise same. So I would recommend this one over this one, because the increased price just doesn't really give you anything extra that's worth it. And now the bonus. As you see, I've got my i3 Pro, TRI i3 Pros connected here. So let me show you the trick. Since, as you know, the Pro version comes only with the QDC KZ connector. But if you're skilled with the knife, you can convert it to 2-pin. And it's quite... there you go. That is AZ09 Pro DIY hack and slash into a 2-pin from the KZ standard connector. Let me compare it. Let me show you the standard connector, how it looks, because the connectors are the same. So that's normally how the hook looks, and that's the modify hook. I'm gonna try to get it closer. There you go. So if you're not KZ person and you want a KZ adapter and you don't give a crap about the warranty, buy KZ09 Pro, get a knife, and I would say slice around 3mm off, and that's how it looks, sliced. So if you plug it in, works perfectly. It's a good solid. This way, that way. Never mind, I put it on later. So yeah, you can do it, and I've been trying it with my PC and it works flawless. I can highly recommend getting the AZ09 Pro if you want to do some hack and slash action, because it's cheaper and it's gonna work with your 2-pin NEMs. That's about it, and I'm reaching my 10-minute mark of the recording on the phone. So hopefully someone finds it useful if he wants to decide between the AZ09 Pro and AZ10.